Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, am I truly strong, or am I just trying to survive the storms of life? True strength doesn't lie in a hardened exterior or in the accolades and successes that others applaud. It lies deep within, manifested in the way you rise after every fall, the way you hold your heart steady amid chaos, and the way you transform pain into fuel for growth. Imagine this. You're standing in a room full of pressure, work piling up, criticism coming from all directions. Does it feel like your heart is about to shatter? Or do you take a deep breath, stay composed, and face everything with an unshakable calm? That is the essence of true strength, and today, we're going to uncover it. In this video, I'll share with you 7 unmistakable signs of a truly strong person, lessons deeply rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy, yet timelessly relevant to our modern lives. You might not realize it yet, but your strength has always been there, waiting for you to unleash it. Whether you feel like you're barely holding on day by day, or you've ever thought to yourself, I'm not enough, this video will serve as a mirror to reveal the immense power within you. Pause for a moment and reflect on this question. When life pushes you into a corner, how do you respond? Do you remain calm, or do your emotions take over? If you're searching for the answer, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the profound insights we'll share in future episodes, where we'll learn how to live a more meaningful life through the wisdom of the ancient sages. And remember, strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build every single day. This journey of self-discovery isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the strongest version of yourself. Are you ready? In the next part, we'll dive into the very first sign, a hidden power that can transform the way you face life's challenges. Aren't you curious? Let's begin by uncovering the first secret: emotional control. True strength starts with staying calm. Sign 1. Emotional control. Imagine this. You've spent weeks preparing for an important project, everything seems to be on track, and then, out of nowhere, something goes wrong. Or perhaps someone you trust unfairly criticizes you, leaving you feeling blindsided. What do you do in that moment? Most people let their emotions take over. Anger, frustration, and even despair bubble to the surface. But here's the truth. Reacting impulsively often leads to regret. True strength lies not in suppressing your emotions, but in mastering them. It's the ability to hold steady amid chaos, to remain the calm in the storm. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that the key to emotional control and true inner power begins within. Picture this: a heated argument with a friend. Words are flying, emotions are flaring, and it feels impossible to keep your cool. In that moment, the strongest move you can make is to pause. Take a deep breath. Count to 5. This act of pausing might seem trivial, but it's incredibly powerful. It creates space between the trigger and your reaction, giving you time to choose a response that aligns with your values. The Stoics practiced this principle daily. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By stepping back and observing your emotions rather than being consumed by them, you take back control." Let me share a story. There was a business leader I deeply admire, a man known for his unshakable calm during moments of intense pressure. One day, a critical project at his company faced a catastrophic failure. While others panicked, pointing fingers and spiraling into chaos, he remained composed. Instead of reacting emotionally, he asked thoughtful questions. What went wrong? What's the next step? How do we fix this? His clarity and focus not only resolved the crisis, but also inspired his team to rise above the challenge. What made him different wasn't that he didn't feel stress, he simply refused to let it control him. This kind of strength is not innate, it's cultivated through practice, self-awareness, and discipline. Steps to master emotional control. You might ask yourself, how can I begin to gain mastery over my emotions? Let's explore 3 practical steps grounded in Stoic wisdom that can help you take control of your emotional responses and find inner strength. 1. Take a pause. before acting. When emotions start to surge, resist the urge to react instantly. Instead, create a moment of stillness. Breathe deeply, collect yourself, and ground your thoughts. Ask a simple but powerful question. Does this truly deserve my time and energy? Often, you'll discover that the immediate urge to respond emotionally doesn't align with your values or long-term goals. This pause is where wisdom begins. 2. Direct your energy toward what you can influence. A central tenet of Stoicism is recognizing the boundary between what is within your control and what isn't. If someone criticizes you unfairly or circumstances go awry, you cannot change their actions or the event itself, but you can choose your response. Focus on maintaining dignity and integrity in how you handle the situation. By consciously deciding where to place your energy, you reclaim your power. 3. Shift your perspective. Through gratitude, challenges and setbacks can feel overwhelming, but they are also opportunities for growth. Instead of dwelling on the frustration, ask yourself, what lesson can I take from this experience? How does this moment contribute to my overall journey? Gratitude transforms your focus, helping you move away from problems and towards solutions. When you see adversity as part of the bigger picture, it becomes less of a burden and more of a stepping stone. By practicing these steps consistently, you'll not only gain better control over your emotions, but also strengthen your ability to face life's challenges with clarity and purpose. The next time emotions threaten to overwhelm you, ask yourself, are you the master of your mind, or is your mind controlling you? The choice is yours. In a world that glorifies loudness and aggression, there's a quiet, profound power in being calm. When you choose not to react to provocation or chaos, you become unshakable. Your composure disarms those who try to unsettle you and earns respect from those around you. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom, in this sense, isn't about escaping external circumstances. It's about rising above them, guided by your inner strength. The next time you feel anger, frustration, or stress creeping in, take a pause. Ask yourself, is this within my control? Then, choose your response consciously. It won't be easy at first, but every time you pause, reflect, and respond with calm, you're strengthening your ability to master your emotions. Over time, this becomes a superpower, a defining trait of a truly strong person. So, how will you choose to respond when the storm comes? Will you let emotions sweep you away, or will you stand firm, calm, and unshakable? Let's move to the next sign, where we explore how resilience, the ability to bounce back from life's toughest blows, is another hallmark of true strength. Stay with me. It's going to inspire you. Sign 2. Resilience in the face of challenges. Life is a series of tests, and challenges are inevitable. At times, they come like a gentle nudge, and at others, they crash down like a storm, leaving you questioning your ability to move forward. But here's the secret. True strength lies not in avoiding adversity, but in how you respond to it. The Stoics believed that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties are things that show a person who they are." It is in the fire of trials that resilience is forged. The question is, how do you use adversity to become stronger? Imagine this. A young entrepreneur pours their heart and soul into building a business. Despite sleepless nights and tireless effort, the business fails. Most people would see this as a dead end. But what if failure isn't the conclusion, but the beginning of something greater? This mindset shift is the essence of resilience. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Every setback becomes a teacher, showing you what doesn't work and guiding you toward what does. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the very obstacle you face can become the path to growth, if you choose to see it that way. Resilience isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the struggle and choosing to persevere anyway. Picture an athlete who suffers a career-threatening injury. They could give up, or they could channel their energy into recovery, emerging stronger and wiser than before. The Stoics encouraged us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. You may not be able to prevent challenges, but you can decide how you approach them. Will you let them break you, or will you let them shape you into a stronger, more capable version of yourself? Practical steps to cultivate resilience. 1. Shift your mindset. Hardships aren't meant to defeat you. They are opportunities in disguise. Instead of seeing them as setbacks, try viewing them as lessons. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I grow from this experience? A small change in perspective can open the door to newfound strength. 2. Embrace gratitude in adversity. No matter how difficult a situation may seem, there's always something to appreciate. Gratitude helps you redirect your energy from focusing on obstacles to recognizing opportunities. When you focus on what's still good in your life, you'll find the strength to keep moving forward. 3. Take one step at a time. Building resilience happens through consistent action, even when it feels impossible. Sometimes just getting started, whether it's completing a small task or simply deciding to face the day, can create momentum. Every small step is a victory that brings you closer to overcoming the challenge. 4. Draw strength from your past. Look back on moments when you triumphed over difficulties. Recall the emotions, the strategies, and the growth that came from those times. Let those memories serve as a reminder. You've faced struggles before, and you've come out stronger. You can do it again. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about using each challenge as a stepping stone to build a stronger, wiser version of yourself. How will you turn today's difficulties into tomorrow's strength? Resilience isn't about being unshaken by life's difficulties. It's about finding the courage to rise after each fall. It's the quiet determination to face tomorrow, even when today feels impossible. When life tests you, remember this. Every challenge carries within it the seed of growth. Will you nurture it, or will you let it wither? Stay with me as we explore the next sign of inner strength, one that allows you to conquer your greatest adversary, your own mind. You won't want to miss it. Sign 3. Mastering your inner dialogue. Your mind is constantly talking to you, whether you realize it or not. This inner dialogue, the thoughts you think, the stories you tell yourself, has the power to shape your reality. But here's the key. Not all inner voices are helpful. To be truly strong, you must learn to master this dialogue and transform it into a source of strength, not limitation. Imagine standing at the edge of a daunting challenge. One voice in your head whispers, "You're not good enough, you'll fail." Another voice quietly counters, "You've faced worse before, you can do this." Which voice do you listen to? Our inner dialogue acts as a guide, but too often it becomes a critic. Negative self-talk amplifies doubt and fear, holding you back from your true potential. On the other hand, mastering your inner voice allows you to rewrite the narrative, turning obstacles into opportunities and failures into lessons. The Stoics understood the importance of this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The thoughts you allow to dominate your mind will ultimately dictate how you perceive and navigate life. Before you can master your inner dialogue, you must identify the harmful narratives holding you back. These often come in the form of self-doubt. "I'll never be as successful as others." "I always mess things up." "Why even try if I'm just going to fail?" Sound familiar? These thoughts are not truths, they're assumptions. The first step toward mastering your inner voice is recognizing that these beliefs don't define you unless you let them. Once you've identified the negative patterns, it's time to reframe them. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or sugarcoating situations, but rather choosing a perspective that empowers you. Instead of, "I'm not good enough," to say, "I'm learning and growing every day." Instead of, "I always fail," remind yourself, "Failure is part of the process. Each setback is a step forward." This is the heart of Stoic practice, to align your thoughts with reason and purpose, not fear or insecurity. Practical steps to master inner dialogue. 1. Become aware of your thoughts. Take time each day to observe your inner dialogue. Pay attention to patterns. Are your thoughts helpful or harmful? Awareness is the first step toward change. 2. Challenge negative beliefs. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is there evidence to support it? Often, you'll find that negative thoughts are based on assumptions, not facts. 3. Replace criticism with encouragement. Speak to yourself as you would to a close friend. Would you tell a friend they're incapable or doomed to fail? Then why say it to yourself? 4. Use affirmations. Wisely. Positive affirmations can help rewire your mindset, but they must be believable. Instead of saying, "I am perfect," try, "I am capable of improving." Mastering your inner dialogue isn't about silencing every doubt. It's about making your inner voice a source of strength and guidance. When you control your thoughts, you reclaim the ability to steer your life toward meaning and fulfillment. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often do we magnify our problems through negative thinking? By mastering your inner voice, you begin to suffer less and thrive more. What is your inner dialogue telling you right now? Is it pushing you forward or holding you back? The next time self-doubt creeps in, remember, you have the power to rewrite the story. In the next sign, we'll explore how committing to growth, regardless of where you are in life, can unlock your full potential. Stay with me, the journey to strength is just beginning. Sign 4. Commitment to growth. Strength isn't a destination, it's a journey. True strength comes from a lifelong commitment to growth, not just physical or professional growth, but emotional, mental, and spiritual development. This commitment requires discipline, curiosity, and the humility to admit there's always room to improve. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely observed, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Each day offers an opportunity to become a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Imagine two individuals working in the same role. One does only what's required, staying within their comfort zone. The other actively seeks out challenges, learns new skills, and pushes boundaries. Over time, their paths diverge. One remains stagnant, while the other thrives. The difference isn't talent, it's mindset. A person committed to growth doesn't shy away from discomfort. They embrace challenges, knowing that growth often comes disguised as struggle. The Stoics believed that adversity sharpens character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles are not roadblocks, but opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Practical ways to commit to growth. 1. Adopt a learning mindset. Every experience, whether positive or negative, holds a lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Even failures teach valuable skills like resilience, problem-solving, and patience. 2. Set small, actionable goals. Growth isn't about making massive changes overnight. Break your ambitions into manageable steps. Celebrate small victories as they build momentum toward bigger achievements. 3. Embrace feedback. Feedback, even when critical, is a gift. Instead of taking it personally, use it as a tool to refine your skills and perspectives. Remember, growth often requires stepping outside your comfort zone. 4. Cultivate discipline. Growth demands consistent effort. Show up for yourself every day, even when motivation wanes. Whether it's reading, exercising, or learning a new skill, small daily habits compound into significant transformation. Strength isn't about where you are right now. It's about your willingness to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Committing to growth means you never settle for mediocrity, but instead strive to live a life of purpose and progress. Think of your life as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds take over. But if you nurture it with care and consistency, it flourishes. Your growth is no different. It requires patience, effort, and the courage to embrace change. So, are you watering the seeds of your potential or letting them wither away? In the next sign, we'll discuss the power of independence from external validation and how building self-worth from within leads to unshakable confidence. Stay tuned. It's a lesson you won't want to miss. Sign 5. Independence from validation. True strength isn't determined by how others see you. It's rooted in how you see yourself. A person who depends on external validation is like a leaf in the wind, blown in every direction by the opinions and approval of others. To be truly strong, you must cultivate a sense of self-worth that doesn't rely on anyone else's applause. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself." This timeless wisdom reminds us that relying on the approval of others for happiness or confidence makes us vulnerable. The moment that approval is withheld, our sense of self crumbles. From a young age, we're conditioned to seek approval, whether from parents, teachers, or peers. Over time, this need for validation can turn into a habit. We begin to measure our worth by how many compliments we receive, how many likes we get, or how others react to our choices. But here's the truth. External validation is fleeting. No amount of applause can fill the void if you don't believe in yourself. Strength comes from breaking free of this cycle and learning to validate yourself from within. How to cultivate inner confidence. 1. Define your own values. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What principles guide your life? When you live according to your values, external opinions lose their power. You know who you are, and that's enough. 2. Celebrate your efforts, not just results. Instead of waiting for others to recognize your achievements, celebrate your progress. Did you overcome a challenge, no matter how small? Acknowledge it. Your journey is yours to honor. 3. Detach from opinions. People's opinions are often more about them than they are about you. Remember, you can't control what others think, but you can control how much weight you give to their judgments. 4. Spend time alone. Solitude is a powerful tool for self-discovery. When you're comfortable being alone, you stop depending on others to define your worth. Use this time to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with yourself. When you no longer seek validation from others, you become unshakable. You carry yourself with quiet confidence, knowing that your value isn't tied to someone else's opinion. This independence allows you to live authentically, guided by your own principles rather than the shifting expectations of society. Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Ask yourself, why should someone else's judgment matter more than my own? So, are you living for your own values or chasing the approval of others? In the next sign, we'll explore the power of letting go, why releasing what no longer serves you is one of the greatest acts of strength. Stay tuned. The next insight may change how you view your life entirely. Sign 7. The power of letting go. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons in life, yet it's also one of the most liberating. Many people mistake holding on for strength, thinking that clinging to what's familiar, even if it causes pain, is a sign of resilience. But true strength often lies in releasing what no longer serves you, toxic relationships, unproductive habits, and even old versions of yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. This principle can also be applied to life. If something no longer contributes to your peace, happiness, or growth, why hold on to it? Humans are creatures of habit. We often attach ourselves to people, ideas, or situations out of comfort, fear, or the belief that things will eventually change. We hold on to toxic relationships, hoping they'll improve. We cling to past mistakes, replaying them in our minds as if punishing ourselves will bring redemption. But the truth is, holding on to what weighs us down only keeps us stuck. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a bag full of rocks. Each step becomes harder, not because of the mountain, but because of what you're carrying. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means freeing yourself to move forward. How to let go and move forward. 1. Identify what no longer serves you. Reflect on your life and ask, what am I holding on to that's causing me pain or holding me back? This could be a toxic friendship, an unproductive habit, or even a past failure you can't stop dwelling on. Awareness is the first step to release. 2. Accept the reality. Letting go often requires accepting things as they are, not as you wish they were. As Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Acknowledge that some things are beyond your control, and that's okay. 3. Release without bitterness. Letting go doesn't mean harboring resentment. Whether it's a relationship or a past mistake, release it with forgiveness, for others and for yourself. Bitterness only keeps you tied to the very thing you're trying to escape. 4. Focus on the future. Letting go creates space for new opportunities and growth. Shift your attention to what lies ahead. Ask yourself, what am I making room for by releasing this? When you let go, you're not losing anything. You're reclaiming your energy, focus, and peace. Imagine shedding a heavy coat in the heat of summer. You feel lighter, freer, and ready to embrace the journey ahead. Seneca wrote, "The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be." Letting go doesn't mean giving up hope. It means trusting that your future holds more than the past you're clinging to. Letting go requires courage. It means facing the unknown, trusting yourself, and stepping out of your comfort zone. It's not about erasing the past, but about choosing not to let it define your present. So ask yourself, what am I holding on to that I need to release? What might my life look like if I let it go? In the next sign, we'll delve into the quiet confidence of those who understand that strength isn't about noise or display, it's about action. Stay tuned. This is where the journey truly becomes transformative.